L. Let's go through Friends, eh? It's in this tuning. Let's do that first. CACGCE. Now if you just go through them, the A seems out of place. It is. That's why you cover it. Whenever you hear the A string, it's going to be covered. And usually at the 3rd fret. So the low E is tuned way down to C. So you can hear when Jimmy does, hear that vibrating? That's because it gets so, when you hit it so hard, that's tuned so low, it'll actually vibrate against the fret. And Jimmy's does that. And when you hear that very first chord, you hear exactly that sound. So his did the same thing. So we're on the right track. Now the easier way to do it, sidebar, the easier way to do it would be to tune the A string up to C, because then you could do, now I'm not gonna play the A string when I show you this little thing, this little digression, but the A string would be open and tuned to C, so it would sound fine. So you could do, now I didn't play the A string there because I was just showing that the easier way to do it. But you'd be able to do full, you wouldn't have to mute any strings if you did it that way. Easier to do it that way. But of course, Jimmy didn't do it that way. A string tuned to A, C, A, C, A, C, E. So you get the A string at the 3rd fret and you do this little thing at the beginning. That second one is just D at 3 and then up. That's kind of setting everything up, and then you get in. Again, that's just A string at the 3rd fret. And I suspect Jimmy would have made it even harder. And he would have done this part. I suspect he would have done that with the A string covered at the 3rd fret. So something like this. In fact, when you watch the unplugged one, he just kind of rearranged it and made it a little easier. But the way I'll do it is this. So I'll do it as, and then when I get into the little riff, which is the B and E at the 3rd, both of them 3 and 2. It sounds to me like the first one, or some of them go 2, 3, and then the second time through. Right, so they're slightly different. When I do it, then once I do the, when I'm going into the little riff part, I'm just playing D, G, B, and E. I don't mess with the A or the low E string. So then it doesn't matter whether it's tuned to A or C. I just don't use it for that little part. Now this is the chord shape of the whole tune, really. So after the G string, this whole thing. That's all done on the A string and the G string. All these riff, all the sort of melody, I guess if you call it that. So A at 3, G at 5, it would be for the C chord. That's 6, 5. 8, 7. 10, 9. 10, 12. 7, 9. 4, 3. 10, 9. 7, 12. 7, 9. 4, 3. 10, 9. 7, 9. Then back to it. That little thing is 6, 5, 8, 7, 10, 9. And again, just the A string and the G string, 2 frets apart. The only thing that's different is there's one point, and it does, I think, twice in the song. How's it go? So then you're back to this beginning. 12. After, then Plant stops singing, it does it again. And then this. It goes way up there. That's it. 14 on the A. 16 on the G. It does that one more time, I think, later on in the song. Like this. On the outro, it's a little slightly bit different. So it'll do the, and then it's just after that, it just hangs on this C, A at the 3rd fret, G at the 5th fret. It hangs on this for like 2 measures, 2 bars. Does that, so it hangs on C. This is when the strings start coming in toward to build up to the end of the song. 6, 5, 8, 7, 10, 9, then 10, 12, then back again, 6, 5, 8, 7, 10, 9, then 10, 12. after doing this part, a few times, and I'm just kind of sort of trying to get to the end of the tune, right? Very easy at the end. At the very end, because the strings go dee, 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 at the end. So I'm just trying to do on the guitar what the strings are doing, because you could listen to how full it sounds. You could do this just as a sing it yourself or with two people without strings, without anything. You sort of need some percussion there, but it's nice and full, you know. So I'm trying to do what the strings are doing. So how about B and E at 6, again muting the E and A. 7 B, 8 high. And you end on that same A at the 3rd fret chord. I think they only did it once, and now there's a really good quality. You can find it on YouTube. It would be September 29, 71. I think that's Osaka. And they did it once, and it was great on stage. I don't know why they didn't do it more often, but I think they were just sort of winging it. That was in the Japan tour of 71. They messed around with the set list a little bit and had some fun. But they did it, and it was just Jimmy on acoustic, Jonesy playing bass, and they brought out the congas, and Bonham played congas, and it sounds great. No strings or anything, of course. No mellotron to do strings, but gosh, wish they'd done a little bit more. Plant would have had to sing it differently as the years went by, but sounded great live. But that is a neat one, and almost that's a weird kind of riff, but very, very Jimmy Page. This whole thing is very Jimmy Page Indian kind of sensibility that he had. It hasn't, gosh, I guess Most High is the same kind of Indian feel. Hasn't done a lot of that, well, hasn't done a lot of anything in recent years. But great one to pull out at a party or something. Good luck.